And just when we thought the Daily Mail had run out of creative spin, along comes Martin Robinson, charging onto the scene with another round of tabloid gymnastics. His newest claim? That Prince Harry released a defiant statement to upstage Prince William after announcing his Canada visit. Let's get real. This isn't journalism. It's a royal soap opera being written for clicks. Harry didn't stomp his foot or make some grand declaration. His team simply clarified facts. But for the Daily Fail, truth is never enough. They need friction. They need to keep the spotlight burning on their favorite soap, the saintly heir versus the rebellious spare. And so, once again, the same tired storyline is recycled to keep readers outraged and William's PR machine humming. Here's where the story falls apart. Harry's Canada trip was organized nearly a year ago, long before William's Brazil excursion ever made the rota. His visit aligns with Remembrance Tide, a time of solemn reflection, honoring veterans and fallen soldiers. That's not self-promotion, that's service, consistency, and purpose. The media pretends Harry plotted this like a chess move against his brother, when in reality, the dates were set by the charities involved. Meanwhile, the Earthshot tour was scheduled much later, yet the tabloids twist timelines to suit their drama. The irony? They accuse Harry of chasing attention while writing endless stories about him during William's own trip. If that's not projection, I don't know what is. Robinson's use of the phrase pseudo-royal is laughable. Since when does service require a title? Harry has lived the meaning of duty, not the performance of it. He fought in Afghanistan. He created the Invictus Games for injured veterans. He continues to uplift mental health causes worldwide. That's authentic leadership. What's pseudo are the choreographed engagements designed for camera optics and hollow applause. The British press prefers empty ceremony over emotional sincerity because sincerity exposes what they can't control: genuine influence. Harry's work doesn't need a balcony wave to have meaning. It's meaningful because it changes lives, not because it fills pages. Harry's spokesperson spelled it out clearly. The Duke's travel announcements are handled differently because he doesn't receive the same level of royal security. They must release details closer to the event for safety reasons. That's not an excuse. That's reality. Yet the Daily Mail trimmed that truth out of their story and spun it into another episode of Harry being dramatic. They want readers to forget that the same media frenzy they feed also fuels real threats against the Sussexes. But acknowledging that would mean taking responsibility, something tabloids refuse to do. So instead, they twist protection into paranoia, painting self-preservation as defiance. And right on cue, here comes the recycled rift narrative. Robinson rehashes photos from 2018 and quotes mystery insiders who somehow never have names or faces. It's the oldest trick in the tabloid book, replaying old family wounds to fill new column inches. Then, to boost engagement, they literally ask readers to vote whose trip they prefer: William in Brazil or Harry in Canada. That's not reporting. It's digital bait, packaging sibling tension into click metrics. They keep the supposed feud alive because reconciliation doesn't generate traffic. Peace is boring. So they sell chaos, dress it up as news, and call it balance. Let's be honest, this whole story is a distraction tactic. The Daily Fail needed to pull focus away from William's underwhelming Brazil coverage. The Earthshot tour barely made global headlines, while Harry's work with veterans instantly resonated online. So to recenter the narrative, they accused Harry of stealing the spotlight. But the uncomfortable truth is that the spotlight naturally follows substance. When you do the work, not just pose for it, people pay attention. Harry's Canada visit has depth, William's trip has decor, and the media, unable to handle that imbalance, rewrites the narrative so the optics look even. Let's bring this back to what actually matters. Harry's visit to Canada isn't about rivalry, it's about remembrance, compassion, and commitment. He's connecting with veterans, attending charity events, and honoring those who've served. Canada holds deep meaning for him. It's where the 2017 Invictus Games were held, and where his mission to support the military community grew into something global. His engagements with the True Patriot Love Foundation and the Halo Trust aren't publicity stunts, they're an extension of who he is. Harry's definition of service hasn't changed, only his freedom to deliver it has. And of course, the Daily Mail tried to sprinkle in balance by mentioning that communication with the king is open again. Classic tactic: pretend to be fair while slipping in subtext that fuels more gossip. They can't report peace without inserting conflict. Every olive branch comes wrapped in a sting. It's the illusion of neutrality, enough to sound informed while still steering readers towards suspicion. They perform respect while planting division. That's not journalism, it's narrative management. The contrast in tone between coverage of William and Harry says it all. William's Brazil visit is portrayed as important, visionary, and heroic. Harry's is labeled controversial, defiant, or attention-seeking. When William speaks, it's statesmanship. When Harry speaks, it's rebellion. The bias is so overt, it's practically fluorescent. The media isn't comparing brothers, it's protecting a hierarchy. They can't allow Harry's freedom to look more effective than royal obedience. But every story like this proves exactly that. Independence wins attention because authenticity wins hearts. My squatties, the real conflict here isn't between two men. It's between truth and manipulation. Martin Robinson didn't reveal facts. He reshaped them to maintain the illusion of a royal rivalry. Every exclusive about Harry's supposed defiance just reinforces how dependent the tabloids remain on his name. Without Harry and Meghan, there is no drama, no story, no clicks. So when they say Harry steals headlines, they're confessing more than they realize. He doesn't steal them, they hand them over. Because the one thing the Daily Mail can't fabricate, no matter how many times they try, is Harry's genuine influence. He's not competing for attention. He's commanding it.